God's math doesn't make sense until you release what's in your hand. In Matthew 14, Jesus feeds 5,000 with 2 fish and 5 loaves. And we celebrate it, but we often miss the principle behind it. Heaven multiplies what we release, not what we hoard. Jesus looked at the little he had, but instead of being limited by it, he looked up to heaven because heaven doesn't do math like we do. He blessed it, he broke it, he gave it to his disciples, and his disciples gave it away. And as they gave, it literally multiplied. There's a domino effect taking place in this story. Jesus gave to the disciples, disciples gave to the people, and heaven multiplied it so much that everybody was not only fed, but they had leftovers. Imagine if the disciples held on to it. Imagine if they said, Jesus, this is all we've got. We need to save this. That's what I would categorize as a scarcity mentality or mindset that a lot of us live in today. Fear holds it. Culture says protect it. Jesus says give it away. And I'm not talking about blowing money or abandoning wisdom. I'm talking about generosity, which is a principle the kingdom is built upon. The Bible says that it's more blessed to give than to receive. And Psalms talks about never seeing a righteous forsaken nor a seed begging bread. But the context is that within those verses says, because he is a generous giver. God's math does not operate off of Washington's economy, inflation, interest rates, or news cycles. God's math says, release it and I will multiply it. I'm reminded of a book written by the late Bishop Samuel Green. And essentially, he talks about how he gave his way out of poverty. It's called I Refuse to Be Stingy. I'm paraphrasing. You know, if we feel like we don't have enough, the encouragement is that we should just look at heaven and heaven's resources instead of looking at the lack, because heaven's math doesn't add, it multiplies. Here's one simple question we can ask ourselves as a practical next step is, Lord, what's in my hand that you're asking me to release? Then obey, even if it seems small.
Walk, yeah. Look at the way that I talk, yeah. You should have called it a cross.